with me just watching my team get down by even more, me watching other guys, role players in there scraping and clawing. That needs to be me in there scraping and clawing. Like, there needs to be some kind of mindset where, hey, y'all going to have to play through this. Like, I'm not going to excuse you from the embarrassment by making you sit here on the sideline next to me. We ain't trying to save legs for Game 4. Y'all need to be out there playing, and we need to find a way to play through this because y'all need to find some kind of rhythm. Or y'all just maybe need to be embarrassed to the point where y'all going to be angry for Game 4. I just don't know why you would let your players sit there on the bench the entire fourth. But it's another thing, Key, where it makes me look at the situation. I'm like, Joe, what are we doing here? Like, what are the steps that you're taking to help this team get over the hump and find themselves?
Well, I think you risk injury, long-term injury, right? You're not going to win the game. You're not going to win the game, and so you take the caution.
You're not telling them to lose by 28 points, but you're telling them to try. So is there a disconnect?
Yeah, that's where I have to be better is figure out what this team needs to make sure that they're connected, they're physical, and they're together by the time we step on the floor.
What do you think caused that disconnect?
Not sure.
He's copping to it. Well, I don't know what else he can really say.
I mean, Max, Key, I don't know how you would feel about this. I know how I would feel, frankly. If I were a player and I were getting blitzed on the road, in a must-win game, and my coach in the NBA, this is different than college now. Like, I've been benched in college for, coaches to make statements, but happens more so during the regular season. I don't think it would happen during the tournament. But in Game 3 in the Eastern Conference Finals, and my head coach benches me the entire –
The Celtics playing against, at least on paper, the less talented team, but they've seemed to roll over. Which would be more shocking to you guys? Jay?
Go. Oh, I was going to say it would be Boston to me. It would be Boston to me. It just Magic Johnson, who never tweets anything negative about anybody, y'all, ever. Literally in the tweet said, in my 44 years of being associated with the NBA, I never thought I'd see a Boston Celtics team, a franchise with 17 chips, quit. I know Celtic fans all over the world must be disgusted and devastated. The Miami Heat blew them out 128-102 in Game 3. When does Magic Johnson ever say disgusted and quit in a tweet?
Never.
He's always just recapping games. Key like, oh, what a great effort by this team, or Jamal Murray, cheers to you.
Magic will tweet stuff like, I love basketball after a great game, great Game 7. He keeps it nice and positive. Yeah.
Yeah, Buck throwing a little dig, though. Come on, man, stop it. he hitting them where it hurts.
Yeah.
I would say it would be Boston. The Lakers are this thing. The Lakers got great.
Yeah, but we're not going to do playoff load management right now. We're not playing. It's Game 3, man.
It's pretty much over with, though. So it's more about, I think it probably was more about protecting them from being hurt than it was resting their legs.
Jay has given the Apollo Creed to Rocky in Rocky 3 speech. There is no tomorrow.
Exactly.
I mean, there's no. What are we doing here? There's no tomorrow. It's a shocking outcome because, as I said, of the way the Celtics seem to be rising against the Sixers because of at least the perception that the Celtics are the deeper, more talented team. They were just in the finals in an extended series last year, right? And Jimmy Butler and a cast of, guys that people really don't know a lot about, not high draft picks, etc. It's not just that they're up 3-0. They're kicking their teeth in. So here's a question, guys. The Celtics are considered deep and talented and young and ascending and all this kind of stuff, but they have seemed to quit. The Lakers are fighting hard, but fighting against a juggernaut in these Nuggets. No team has ever come back down 0-3.
They're on the road. They dropped their 2 games at home. So you got to figure if they drop the 2 at home, Miami's going to probably win both of theirs, and they're going to go to the finals. The Lakers could hold this thing off. And maybe the Grizzlies are lackadaisical. I mean, not the Grizzlies. The Nuggets are lackadaisical and going out there just kind of, do, and they lose because they know they can go back home. They have the luxury to do that.
Unless like, if I was a Sixers fan this morning, I'd be like, yo, we lost these dudes. These dudes will give you their belly, say, scratch my belly. How did that happen? But that's why I think, it's a tough call because they're not coming down back down 0-3, right? But they have watching what Tatum did at the end of Game 6 and then all of Game 7, Jay. To me, you got that there. It's right there. And all it takes is one. All of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a minute. You do it one at a time. I don't know.
To me, we're about to have.
What you want is there's no predetermined outcome, and you might get the Heat Nuggets, right? But this
It's fair to say that I don't think D'Lo will be a Laker next year, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
I'll tell you what, I'm happy the Celtics aren't in it. Just as a Lakers fan, don't give them a chance to get to 18, and the Lakers are sitting at 17.
As a Laker,
that's right. I'm the you know what I am.
What are you, Max?
I am the emperor of Lakers world. As I can't say mayor of Lakersville, or I'm going to hear it. All right, Magic has apologized. He apologized.
What?
Is Keyshawn Johnson ready to do the same to the Denver Nuggets? After Jay has this message.
It's us, the Miami Heat, and it's nobody cares.
He's good. I like the Heat. The Nuggets are a great team. I get it. I'm just saying, Jay, the sports world was getting ready for the possibility.
You're one of these people, Max. I knew it. You're one of these people.
Think about what was at stake. The two winningest franchises ever, both sitting at 17. The two biggest rivals in sports, they're up there with any rivalry. We're going to duke it out potentially to see who would get to the 18th chip and get to pole position. Like, what? Come on, man. You cannot not be disappointed if those two teams don't play, which they ain't going to.
Call me, Jay, when you let me know who wins the first matchup between the first game between the Heat and the Nuggets.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Max, let's be honest about that. Is it still? I know the fans see it as a rivalry for sure. Mm-hmm. Do the players still see it as a rivalry? Has it felt like a rivalry between the players in a while?
No, because they haven't played with
him in the locker room. This is not